All right, Nicole.
Yes.
Nicole, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Lancaster, California, and I'm originally from Lancaster. Um, I moved to LA when I was 13.
Tell me about your family. You had both your parents?
No, I have my mom, but not my dad.
Where was dad?
Prison.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's been in prison my whole life. Well, he hasn't really been in prison my whole life, but he's been like in and out. So basically,
How would you describe your childhood in general?
chaotic.
What kind of stuff was going on?
A lot. I was sexually assaulted when I was younger. So yeah, that really
How young?
like I was 10. I was 10 and 12. So it happened twice. And I guess yeah, that's really what made my lifestyle the way it is because my mom didn't believe me at some point, so that kind of took a toll on my life.
You feel like that changed the direction?
Yeah, definitely because I felt neglected in a way. So I left home and then I was in foster homes after that because I ran away. Yeah, so I've been in foster homes since I was 13 all the way up until I was 18. I've been in the system since then, yeah.
And you stopped with school at what point?
I graduated.
You did?
Hmm.
Oh, good for you.
In a different state though, not here.
Through the
Through the system.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And how'd you get introduced to sex work?
I had a girlfriend and she did it, but she was doing it before me, but she kind of like she threw an image like towards me. I don't know, it was like an image I liked. So yeah.
What age was that when you started?
15 and a half.
And you've been working FIG since then?
I started on Fig, yes, but I haven't been like consistently working. It been like, oh, I'll do it and then I'll stop. Mainly the system is the reason why I wasn't doing it like that because like I would go to jail and they're like, they'll send me to juvenile hall. You don't just get out when you go there. So yeah.
I'm sure you make good money.
Yeah, I do.
You have a pimp?
No.
You don't have a pimp?
No.
Now, that's got to be hard for a girl like you on Figueroa Street without a pimp.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get hassled.
But I mean, if you really know, like it's not hard, like to avoid it. But I mean, if it's like, if it's like there, then it is like a little too much sometimes. But
Can you imagine what Figueroa Street would be like if there were no pimps involved?
probably be good.
It'd be out of control.
Yeah, it'd probably be better though.
It'd be a supermarket of girls dressed like you.
Hmm.
Because a lot of girls are afraid to go out there.
Yeah,
So
a
they
lot
go
of
to the
them
internet.
are. I mean, it is dangerous though. It's not just a fun.
Well, it's mostly
A
dangerous.
lot of people make it seem fun, but it's not. I mean, yeah, you get to see your little friends or whatever for a second, but they're not really in your life like that. It's just for a split second. So I wouldn't call that fun. Yeah, so it's dangerous. It's scary, most definitely. Because anything can happen to you at like any moment.
What have you had happen to you?
Well, I've been robbed. That's like, and paintball shot.
You get shot with a paintball.
Yeah.
Great.
But that's like the only two things that's ever happened to me.
You carry weapons or defense?
Yes. I mean, not really like, I don't carry a gun, but I have
A lot of girls carry guns.
pepper spray, stuff like that. A knife to protect myself while I'm out there. I mean, I wish I could carry a gun. I mean, I can, but I don't know. I'm not that type of person.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't mean I don't want to defend myself or nothing, but I don't know.
Did you have role models as a kid?
No,
Moms, sisters, anything like that?
no. If anything, they want to be like me, My family, they really look up to me now, especially.
How does this work affect you emotionally?
It's stressful. It's stressful when it's going bad, but when it's going good, it's easy to block the nonsense out.
What's a good day look like for you?
Like as far as money wise?
Well, everything. What would be a good day in Nicole's life?
The only thing that can make it a good day is money, honestly. If I'm not making money, then it's not a good day.
What's more important to you, love or money?
Money.
Didn't take you long to answer that.
Yeah, no. Because I've been let down and, heartbroken. And, that's like locked in. There's like bars around my heart right now.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
So at 21, you're looking at your options in life. You could work at Starbucks. You could work at...
I've had regular jobs.
And then you have this.
Yeah.
Tell me the difference.
The money's faster. And I don't know. I can't work for $25 an hour or $22. It doesn't matter. $17 an hour. I can make $500 in an hour. That's the difference for me.
Yeah, that would be hard to go back to.
Yeah.
And you end up getting addicted to it, though, don't you?
Oh, no, yeah. You definitely get addicted to this lifestyle. Once you start really making real money, you touch real money, it's like, you look at somebody else's job and you're like, couldn't be me.
But what are the prices that you pay by doing it? So you're making more
My
money.
life in general is, like, I wouldn't say I, like, pay a price because,
Well, it probably affects your personal relationships.
it definitely affects personal
I mean,
relationships.
the only guy that's going to want to have a relationship with you, and in 99% of cases, are a pimp.
That's not necessarily true because,
if the guy outside of that world wants to have a relationship with you, he's going to ask you to stop doing what you're doing.
yeah, or he respect it because,
You're looking for a boyfriend who's going to respect the fact that you're having sex with 10 guys a night?
I'm not looking for that, I'm not looking for that, but I'm not looking for anything because I can do this on my own, but yeah, no.
Are drugs a part of your life?
No. Weed.
Yeah.
Smoke weed.
But nothing more serious?
No.
Good for you. Do you recall your very first time doing this at 15 and a half?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was super scared, for one. I just know I was standing on the corner of, I think, Western and First. And this guy just rode up to me. But, of course I was, like, taught to, like, say, specific things or ask for specific things. But I don't know. I was just more so nervous because it was my first time doing it with somebody random. So... it was awkward and, weird until I got the money. And then I was like, okay. It was fast, honestly.
You get guys asking you to do stuff you're not comfortable doing?
Yes, every day.
How do you handle that?
I used to be nice, but since it happens so much, I'd be a little rude, Probably might open your car doors or something.
What's your favorite kind of John?
I would say a white man.
White guys treat you better?
Yeah, for sure. And the Asians.
Do you have dreams of doing something else with your life?
Of course.
What do you want to do?
I want to be a real estate agent. And I want to do a little bit of cosmetology. I'm good at makeup.
Sure. No, you could do that still.
Yeah. Of course. That's what I'm working towards.
You want to do this for a couple of years, save some money, and then get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. Where do you stay at night? You have like a motel?
No, I have an apartment.
You have your own apartment?
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that most of the girls that are doing what you do are just scraping by every day, just trying to pay for a motel room and then do it again the next day?
What do I think about that?
Why do you think that is?
Oh, because it's hard out here. Sometimes, not every girl can, look the part.
Money comes easier to you, so maybe that helps you.
Yeah, I've never had that problem, so I don't know. Honestly.
He's going back to a square life?
No.
Is it too boring for you?
Yeah, honestly, it just once you leave a square life, it's like you really start seeing things differently. So, no, yeah, no.
So you think you're destined to always live some form of this life?
I no, I'm not saying. Oh, I wouldn't become a square, but I mean, I wouldn't settle down with someone when I'm like, I can't see myself doing this when I'm 27. You know, I'm ready to have. I want kids. You know, I'm not gonna, leave this image for my children. And I'm gonna eventually stop, and start my life. But yeah, it's a head start for me, kind of. You know,
What have you learned about men from doing this?
a lot.
Probably bad stuff.
Cheaters, liars, mainly liars.
Does that affect the way you will move forward in a relationship, knowing that these guys most of them are like?
No, I wouldn't. It depends.
Because there's always guys that are exceptions to that rule.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it really just depends.
Does it affect your self-esteem?
No.
Doing this?
No.
Getting all these guys like
No.
giving you attention? You see through it?
Yeah.
What was the best thing that's ever happened to you out there?
The best thing?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really had like an enormous
Payday?
Yeah, not like but I know it will come. But I think the best thing was I had a sugar daddy for like 2 months. That's probably the best thing.
How much would he give you?
Like $2K a day. Sometimes 10.
2,000 a day?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes 10. Sometimes a dog. $5,000 dog, He's done a lot for me.
How'd you lose him?
I drained him.
You what?
I drained him.
Oh, you drained him of his money?
Yeah, he's having
money. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He couldn't control himself.
Yeah, he definitely seen me a lot.
You fell in love?
Yeah, he did. Hey, you know how many times he'll tell me he loves me? Probably like every 5 minutes. Seriously.
How do you think working the streets has changed you?
It's changed me a lot. I'm more aware. Not even just like of the streets, but just men in general. I feel like it just made me more alert to the world, as far as like what you really see, and what you really go through. Because girls do. I've heard tons of stories of what girls go through, and it scares me even just hearing a story.
It's a crazy lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't even have to be on Figueroa Street or Western. You could just go.
No, I do.
You can go to a gas station and you'll get approached, right?
Yeah, weed shop. You never know.
Do you believe you deserve a better life than this?
Yes.
Is it difficult to be around so many people that are just, on the take? Everyone's a hustler. The other girls, the pimps, even the tricks.
No,
Cops.
it's not difficult. No. I feel like it's a little bit more easier since everything's like pretty straightforward.
You just know going into it that that's how people are?
Yeah.
Do you understand that that's really not maybe how everyone is?
What?
Because you're
like
not,
a hustler?
Yeah, you're in the hood.
No, I know everybody's not a hustler. It's not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
But
you're down in South Central where everybody's.
Yeah, pretty much hustling. But I've been other places.
Have you?
Not everybody's a hustler. I mean, there's girls out here that aren't even real hustlers. They pretend too. A lot of people pretend. Even the guys. They probably make an image for themselves, and it's really not that in real life,
What advice would you give to a girl who's thinking about doing this?
I definitely wouldn't recommend doing it. Like, I wouldn't give any specific advice, because I don't know, this is a lifestyle, somebody chooses on their own. I wouldn't necessarily say I wouldn't campaign it.
What's your biggest regret?
Probably Probably a pimp. Honestly, a pimp is my biggest regret.
Getting involved with a pimp.
Yeah, it's really not worth it.
Why does a girl hook up with a pimp? Is it just they want the companionship? They want some guy by their side?
Yeah, and because I don't know, it's a manipulation game in my head. You know, I feel like all that stuff that a guy gives a girl is stuff she can learn on her own. You know, it's not really like they make it seem like, you know, we need them. And that's why girls be stuck trying to get room money. You know, they don't have like any motivation or.
But a lot of girls are really terrible with money.
Yeah.
So the guy steps in
definitely.
and says, I'll handle your money.
Yeah. But then the guys are terrible with money too. So it doesn't even.
That's true.
You know, like, so it doesn't even, you can't even say like, oh, you know, it's like.
But is it a lonely lifestyle?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's real lonely.
Ironically.
Because you don't really have anybody, like, you know, you do. Unless you have a pimp, you don't really have anybody. I mean, you can have like a small little support group, you know, as far as, you know, immediate family or like just a couple friends. Because they're not all your friends, you know. You might see a lot of the girls every day, but I wouldn't necessarily call them friends.
Yeah.
You know, just high and buys.
You socialize.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you girls call it.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of this lifestyle for you?
I would say the streets, like working on the streets is the hardest part.
Just the gangs.
Yeah.
They're so powerful. And the pimps.
Honestly, but not all the streets though. I would say like Fig is probably
The worst.
one of the most dangerous ones. Like, and it's the most attention is on Fig. Yeah.
It's a crazy street.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing, you know, there's no other street that compares to it.
It's a fashion show. I feel like people get dressed and then, people just get dressed to get seen, and then, you know, they're not making no money. Like, some girls just go out there to talk or see their friends.
Yeah, it's a fashion show. It's a whorehouse. It's a social life. It's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the guys lined up all through the night, like till 5 a.m, right? Guys lined up.
It never stops.
20 cars in a row.
It never stops. Who told you 5 a.m?
No, I mean it peaks out at.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, it peaks out.
It doesn't slow down at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It almost speeds up.
It speeds up around that time.
Right.
That's
because you're picking up the Mexican guys.
Morning traffic. Everybody's on their way to work.
The Mexican guys that go early to work.
Yeah.
Make a stop on Fig.
Not just the Mexican guys.
Really?
All guys.
I don't know.
Every race be out there.
What's your relationship like with your family now?
I don't talk to my mom, but I have 7 siblings, so we talk a lot. Not all of us, but a couple of us keep in contact every day. Some of us are like, you know, every couple of days or a week. You know, but we still all talk to.
And they know you're doing this?
No.
No.
Well, my brother knows, my dad knows, and my 2 sisters know.
Is there shame involved in, like, you know,
maybe towards my family a little bit, but not towards like nobody I don't know. No.
You think prostitution should be legalized?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to pay taxes, so if that's what they're gonna do, then no. You know.
Yeah. Eventually, the price.
Keep it how it is.
The prices will be established, and
definitely.
That's probably not good.
Yeah, that's gonna mess up everything.
What would you say, Nicole, is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
I would say the most important lesson is to don't just trust anybody. Because you could get yourself in a lot of situations just by putting just a little bit of trust into somebody, you know? You can't trust nobody here. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I've learned a lot of lessons, but I feel like the trust one is probably the biggest one.
It's all on you. It's you against everyone else.
Exactly.
All right, Nicole. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah, no problem.
Be careful out there. Thank you.
Uh-huh.